Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Micks Mowers, and today's episode we're going to be going back to the Atco Flymow hover mower. As you would have seen in the previous videos, it came with the Tecumseh engine on top, which was seized up and not running at all. I managed to get it freed up, I managed to get a spark on it, all that sort of good stuff, and also I have had it running, but it will not fire off of its own back at all, and now it won't even fire with the any fuel going down the head or in the carburetor. I have had the engine now off, stripped it down and inspected the bore fully, and the piston is scored up and the bore's also got markings in there as well. So that engine is terminal in regards to not being able to fix it for economic value. So you would have now seen me put the Honda engine on top. I've been working away off and on due to various personal reasons going on within the old Micks Mowers shack. Bits and pieces. I had to do a little bit of work myself, just doing bits and pieces. But I'll show you what I've been up to, show you how far we are. We're quite close now to trying to fire up this Atco Flymow with the Honda engine on top. Hopefully it'll all run and we'll go from there. If this is your first time I'm watching Micks Mowers, hit the subscribe button, whack your bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be told one, I've done a video, or two, I'm on my Saturday night weekly live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM UK time. So without further ado, let's get down and dirty and let's try and finish off this Atco hover mower. Okay, so in previous videos you would have seen me fit this vacuum pump on with the insulator block that I got from my good friends over at hayesmachinery.co.uk. My mate James, he sent me that. So we've got that all fitted on now, and I've also now managed to fit the bars on so that the air box is now clear. And what I had to do, I was going to try and bend these to make them fit, but that wasn't going to happen. So what I did in the end was I just removed this this bracketry that was here and put a solid piece of tubing with a bolt going through it and a locking nut on the back, and now that actually fits quite well. Let me bring it around a touch so you can see a bit better. So now you can actually see that now fits quite well, and it's clear of the air box as well with a little tiny bracket coming out there. So a little tiny modification there is what I've done. Also been very busy up this top end. I now have, let me bring you up. So now we also now have a working throttle system, which has come off of an iBeta lawnmower. So I now have a throttle system that actually works and chokes as well at the same time, which is good. So that's all good. I'm happy with how that's gone. Had to drill a few holes to modify that to work. And now what I've done is, because this is now going to be a slightly newer style system, I've now fitted a dead man's handle off of a Mountfield SP470. Just drilled through and hooked up a dead man's handle there, because you're going to have to need that to operate the machine. Most commonly these are over the other side, but I'll put it over this side just for cables lengths to fit. So what I've got to do now is fit the cable, which I've got down here. Here's a cable. I've got to bring the cable up, hook onto here. I've got to change the end, find a box for it to sit in, and I'm going to cable tie the two cables together. So they sort of sit upright, but they must be able to bend all the way down when the handle falls down flat. So that's how far I've got. I've done nothing other than I haven't tried to start the engine up or any of that sort of stuff. I've moved the pull cord around as well, so you can now pull the pull cord this side round rather than on the normal side at the back. So that's that done. So I want to finish off doing this cable today, if I can. Try and find a way of hooking that up. It's going to be somewhere around there, I would say, and then extend it all the way up here so I can then get a decent throw on that cable, and then hopefully we'll be one or two steps closer to actually getting this machine to do its business. So let me get the block for this. We'll have to drill through this arm of this this lawnmower to hook that up, and then we'll go from there. Right, so I think I've got a block that'll fit, and what we're going to do is we're going to fit this cable into this block. It's come off a donor machine. That should fit into there and go around that way, maybe. Oh, that way, no, it goes that way. That'll sit into there. I'm then going to drill that into place like so. Now, wants to be just below this throttle box. So I want to be about there. I want to cable tie these all together, these cables, so that we can have them sort of more uniformed. And when you bring this down now, you should be able to drop the machine pretty much all the way down. It wants to go around this side. I might have to cable tie these. I put a loop on this bottom end so I go all the way down. If it goes down this way, it's going to catch on that engine. So these cables want to be secured over this way, which I can do. That's not a problem. I can drill through there with a cable tie to hold them into place. But it's pretty much there. So we're going to put that drill through here with this block, change the end for a dog leg, and then hook it up to here. Then that way we've got a working dead man as well. So you better hold the dead man in and pull at the same time. That's the general consensus. So let me get it drilled, and I'll come back once I've got it fitted. Okay, so that's now been drilled. I now want to get a bolt. So I think I'll put it in my pocket. I can't remember where I put it now. Got the nut, can't find a bolt to it. I think that's a bolt to it there, I think that's the one. Yeah, that's the one. So now what we can do is now fit that to there. We'll put the bolt all the way through. That'll then capture the other side. Bomb. Happy with that. That can then be done up loosely goosely, just to begin with. And then what I'll do, I just want to try and get these cables round down this bottom bit here, and just I might drill a hole through that pump stay, just so the cables are kept this side of the machine. I'll tape these together, and then that way it'll keep all the cables over one side. That's the general idea. So now what I need to do is find an old cable that's no good and extend it up to here. So it doesn't need a big extension. So let me get a dog leg, and I'll show you how I do that. Right, so I found an old dog leg cable. That's going to sit into there, bend down. I just need to cut with my snips, cut that old connection off. We'll go about there. I'll keep that connection because it may come in handy for someone else. So keep hold of that. And with my cable crimpings, I then want to literally join up these two together about where it is, crush that down, and then that will then hold these two together. And then we'll have a working cable that end. So let me get it crimped up together, and I'll be back in 2 ticks. Okay, so that's now been crimped up on the cable just there. I have used these before. And had some great success with them as well. So that's good. I just want to remove this bung off of the back of this cable. So I want to bring this round, hook this up down to the bottom onto the dead man's handle switch. Put that into there, come down the bottom, hook my cable up into position. That's good. I can now pull this cable up just to take the slack up. That's there. And then we come up to the top, up to here. And now I can hook that onto there. I can then get my block. That's got to go into there. It's all slowly coming together now, which is nice because so this machine, it did cost me a little bit of money, but it'd be nice to get it up and running again. I know it's not the original engine. I understand that, but it's what it is. Unfortunately, it's what it is. I know some people were saying, you know, you try and rebuild it, but I haven't got the time, you know, and the costing as well to get this machine up and running right with a new bore and piston and rings. I don't have the time to do it. Try and get the machine up and out. Right, that's on. So now got a working dead man. Hopefully that'll be enough to take the brake off. If not, I can always cut it again and readjust it, but it seems to be okay. It's going back quite a way. Just double check it is actually clearing the switch and what have you. But now we've got a dead man, which works. Full throttle control as well. Just want to tidy these cables up. Like I say, I'm going to literally drill just down here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole probably just here somewhere, so both these cables will come over and they'll just naturally hook onto that cable tie, and then I will tape these all together, and it will just keep these cables over this side of the machine. It still gives me all the throttle control I need. That all still works, and the dead man works as well. So yeah, I'll put a little drill hole in there, and we'll cable tie those cables just to one side. Let me get that done and I'll come back to you, and then I'll show you that it will then allow the machine to be tipped all the way back, because at the moment these cables are curling around the wrong way to fit on this engine. Okay, so now cables are now fitted properly. I've drilled a hole down the bottom of here, which now puts the cables up in the air. So now, by rights, when we activate the foot plate on this Flymow, it will probably lock off there maybe. These cables will now go all the way down to the level that you require it to cut without snagging, and the throttles all work, and you have full control, and so does the dead man, even at that level as well. So I'm happy with that, which is good. Now, as I say, there's nothing to say that this setup that my mate James over at Hayes Machinery has sent me is any good. The vacuum pump may be broken, so I'll have to order a new vacuum pump yet, not quite sure, but pretty much we're there. Conversion's been made. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some petrol in this machine. I'm going to check the oil and what have you. I can't even remember if I put oil in it or not. I can't remember. And we'll go for a fire up. So let me get the oil checked and let me get some fuel in it, and then I'll meet you outside and we'll go for a little fire up and see if this machine now won't run and, of course, hover. Right, it is a bit windy. I had to adjust the handle on it because I wasn't getting a spark, so I just had to drill another hole and drop it down a touch, just so I was getting a spark, but I wasn't beforehand. So now I'm getting a lovely good spark. Let's put it onto choke. Now this engine was all running beforehand. On the choke, dead man in. Let's see if it'll idle. So it idles, which is good. Not that you'd want it to, because you want it to hover. Yeah, happy. That man all works. Does as it should do. Okay, so that's the Atco hover mower, now all up and running and hovering and doing what it should do. It now wants a service. I did do a service on that a while back. But probably about 8-9 months ago, that engine had a service. So I put a new plug in it because the plug, it does look a bit carbonated up. No doubt somewhere along the line I actually changed it out for another one, but it all looks fantastic, and it's had a new air filter already. So new blade sharpen and balance, and also a new plug, and that machine's up and running. So now converted an old Tecumseh engine, which was deemed as no good because I wasn't getting no combustion. Without pouring stuff down the head, and then after that it wouldn't even do that after that. So and with the piston being away, that engine's no good. So now converted it over to a nice little 4-stroke Honda, which starts and does everything it should do. I may just muck about with the top end speed if I can, just try and tune it a bit more, just muck with a governor, just try and get just to run a bit quicker would be good. But it is hovering and doing what it should do. So I'm super happy that machine now can go on and to cut another day. If this is the first time I'm watching Micks Mowers, hit the subscribe button, whack your bell, set notifications to all. That way you'll be told when I've done a video or two on my Saturday night wiki live stream, which starts at 6:30 PM UK time. I look forward to the next episode of Micks Mowers very, very soon. But until then, people, don't forget, much more importantly, take her easy.